What I've decided about teaching is all of us that are teachers, whether we like it or not, one of the most important things we're doing, maybe the only thing we're doing, is just teaching who we are. You know, and it's not about the music. It's not about the, it's so much more important to show a child a little sincere affection and respect. That's so much more important than showing them how to hold the bow or where to put their fingers. I mean, that is just that way of thinking about it has made it possible for me to just survive in my own head about what we're doing here. And this thing, I think I made this comment to you. Tanya Carey asked me that question about a year ago. What have you done? What is it? And I had to admit I didn't know I was working. I thought I was just having a good time. I didn't take myself that seriously. And the kids that come and see me now years later, they don't remember anything about the music. They can remember the rollerblades, and they remember the airplanes, and they remember the trampoline, and all the toys that I carried with me when I did these summer workshops. So I got no problem with that. I'm happy about that. I wasn't at these gigs, summer gigs. I was not pretending to try to teach anybody anything. They have teachers already. They just needed me to make them feel good about what they were doing. So that's to me, that's a really important thing. To make somebody, yeah. That's what I think. I think I could say it a lot better than that, but I'm not going to try to say that again. Because there have been times when I've taken myself very seriously and with disastrous results, with a couple kids. I won't mention any names. I won't tell you even what happened, but I've just had like miserable experience with a couple people when I forgot what the heck I was trying to do here. I thought I was going to teach them the cello, and they weren't measuring up, and I decided I was just going to be a kick butt teacher, and I just kind of I was mean and rude and sent them away. I mean, it's happened. It's happened like two memorable times, maybe even a third time, over the years. So I have to be. I'm brought up short when that happens, and I think, well, why did I do that?
Yeah.
What was I thinking? What I forgot. I forgot why I'm doing this. I know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to be with these children, just to be with them, just be having, it's I mean, it's a wonderful thing for me to have kids come. Yeah, I had today.
Yeah.
I have to tell you today. I have this 16-year-old high school girl. She's one of only two people that come to the house. Everybody else I do on Zoom, But her connection was so horrible. We couldn't have a lesson. So I said, well, I'll come to the house. So here we're sitting in my studio with masks on. We're like 10 feet apart, and I got a mask. She's got a mask on. I said, Morgan, just pull your mask. Can I see your face? And she pulled her mask on. I almost started crying because I realized how much I was missing that.
Oh.
All of a sudden this thing, all of a sudden, wow, I remember now. That was this morning. That I can't tell you I can't even describe what that made me feel like when she pulled that mask on. I thought, wow, there's that beautiful face.
Yeah.
I've been missing that for all year. you know, I do have in Colorado. I'm having probably more fun than I've had teaching ever.
Oh, why do you think that is?
Because I know more of what I'm doing, maybe.
Hmm.
I mean, I know a lot about what I want to teach, and I'm not particularly well organized. I wouldn't say I'm highly organized with the presentation of materials and stuff like that. But I've discovered that I've come up with lots of my own ideas about technique,
Yeah.
specifically about technique. I just got my own thing about technique. I have my own about not so much yes about the bow, a lot about left hand posture, hand positions, and shifting and getting around the instrument and vibrato. So I think I'm just more confident that what I'm trying to have the kids do is going to make a difference. Otherwise, in the past it was just like you know, take it or leave it. If this works, good. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But now I think I got some ideas about how to present the material.
Oh
So
wow. That opens up a whole new series of questions for me.
I I uh, I, when I was walking today, I was thinking about people will come to me and say, "Do you remember back in Salt Lake? You said da 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 da," and it was brilliant. I mean, a brilliant idea. I mean, and I say, "No, I don't even remember even having thought that." That was amazing, but I never even thought of that. I actually said that. Yeah, you said that. So that's that's what happens at these gigs. You know, I get sort of on a roll and I think of things and it pops into my mind and out it goes. And then years later they say, "Yeah, well, you said that," and I have to say, "Well, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember even knowing that. I don't remember even knowing that. But I'm gonna start using it now."
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, that's great. So I think one more question, and then we'd love to hear you play a little something. So
Yeah.
it's something that I've asked everyone so far. Can you think of a moment in your life where either you heard a piece of music, or you learned a piece of music, or a moment also in your teaching life when you felt that music transformed you, either you or a student of yours?
I remember having a really heavy emotional reaction hearing the Pines of Rome on the radio when I was a child.
Mm.
I have no idea why. That clarinet, you know, that thing. I just thought, wow, wow, what a great thing. I'm lying on the floor in front of my radio, big radio, console radio. So that's a kind of a childhood, vivid, emotional thing. Other than that, um, the things that I remember have more to do with experiences at Oberlin
Mm.
than anything in the meantime. We did the Verdi Requiem maybe when I was a junior or a senior, and I was in the orchestra. I was also in the choir. I was in the college choir. I rehearsed with the choir, but I wasn't going to sing it. You
Mm.
know, I was going to play in the orchestra, and it was just the most. It was transformative. It was on a beautiful spring, warm, sunny spring day, and it was in this big chapel, Finney Chapel, and they opened up all the doors and all the windows, and it was kind of open air in a way, and I just remember being walking around on air for days after that
Mm.
because it was such beautiful spring, and we have these tulip trees that were blooming. I remember that, and just this gorgeous setting, and then we had these great soloists that came from New York City to sing the solo parts, and this fantastic conductor Robert Fountain, who was like some kind of a god there at Oberlin. And I didn't mention I was in the Oberlin College Choir. We toured the Soviet Union for 7 weeks with this
Oh
guy.
wow.
That was it. Yeah, that was a. Now that was a. I even thought about that because I'm thinking about cello, and yeah, we had a tour for 7 weeks. We gave 43 concerts in all over the Soviet Union and Romania, and there's no way to describe what that was like. And we had a reunion about 5 years ago of the of
Oh
the
wow.
of the choir at Oberlin. We met and spent a weekend together. That was amazing.
Oh, that's incredible.
So, but that's my one big thing where I just I couldn't get over it for days. How the feeling of how fantastic that. I mean, I can put on the Verdi Requiem and just bawl now because it takes me back to that. I had one other experience in school, and this is not about a transformative musical thing, but but I grew up with Pierre Fournier being my favorite cellist because I had when I was a kid, when I was 12, I got a recording of encores Pierre Fournier, and I got that sound in my head, and 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 I had a recording of the Dvorak Cello Concerto, which I listened to till the record wore out, and then when I was in school, I don't know which year it was, maybe the first year there, first or second year, he played the Dvorak Cello Concerto with the Cleveland Orchestra, and I went to the concert. And it was like, and Peter said, don't be surprised when he starts to play. You know, you're going to go, oh, is he playing? You know, because he's way in the hall, and there's a big orchestra, and there's a little tiny cellist down there, and they start to play, and but pretty soon I get used to that sound, you know, and that's what, you know, when you hear a cello concerto, sometimes doesn't project like crazy. You don't have to. But what happened at that was, I just watched him play. You know, it was all this stuff that he does, all this stuff. I went back to school, and I was Pierre Fournier for a while. I mean, it changed it changed everything about the way I felt at the instrument just from watching that guy play. I remember that. You wouldn't think that a 20-year-old kid could have that, could make that connections. I mean, little kids, you know, they watch somebody play, and then they start looking like them, right? Because they don't know any better. But you know, this was interesting for a college student to have that, to get that message somehow. I mean, I just went back to school, and I was doing this big sweeping kind of bow change motion, and everything was in the string and everything. Man, I was Pierre Fournier for a while. That's what happened.
Awesome. Yeah, he was Richard Hoyt's favorite cellist as well, and so whenever he assigned me recordings to listen to,
well, I still, you know, his box suites are still better than, you know, all the other 40. You know?
Yeah.
However many there are. Was I explaining who I really am when I was in ISSI?
That doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but you know, in recent years, I've discovered through some meditative practice that I'm an alien. One thing, you know, that I came from another planet. You know this.
Oh, this I knew. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this thing. Mm-hmm. Well, this is the truth. This is not fake news. This is like my reality. That there is this planet in our solar system, and why the heck they haven't seen it from one of these space probes, I don't know. They don't know where to look, but it's revolves around the sun in the same orbital path as the Earth, but it's always the other side of the sun, so you can't see it from here. But it's a sacred planet, and it's the cellist planet. It's where and anthropologists that are smart, sort of forward thinking, and they understand that almost everybody that's a cellist now, almost everybody, had at least one lifetime experience as a Yendorian before they came here. It's called Planet Yendor.
Planet Yendor.
It's called Planet Yendor, and I was born. I had one lifetime there, and then I came to Earth, as all of us came to the Earth in my mother's womb, and she communicated with me telepathically, and I told her that I want to be named Yendor from the planet that I was arriving from, and she agreed, but she spelled it back. You know, she just spelled it backwards. She called me Rodney. She knew my name was really gonna be Yendor. So the purpose of that planet is the development of cello techniques and teaching methods and cello techniques and cello chauvinistic thought. That's the main thing. where we all tend to agree that the cello is arguably the most magnificent instrument ever conceived of in the history of human civilization in our universe, right? I was gonna have you challenge me that what I'm telling you about this planet might not be the truth. Is that possible? That there would be some skepticism. Well, like it was fake news, that I was just making this up.
You know,
I'm not just making this up. You know, this is like my truth. I can prove that it exists. Have I shown you? Did you know about that?
No, go for it.
That's what I went to get out of my genuine Yendorian money.
Oh, wow.
A genuine Yendorian dollar. and Yo-Yo Ma and I are the only ones that are allowed to get these. You get them from the Intergalactic Bank of Yendor, which happens to be in New York City. between 2 and 4 a.m. Eastern time. And Yo-Yo and I can get these. In fact, it says right there, you see, it says oi oi. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. He was, and there's his picture. There's his picture right there. And at the current rate of exchange, this is worth 5 female pigs and 5 male deer. You knew that. You didn't know that?
I wasn't sure of the exchange rate. No.
No, 10,000 bucks. It says right there.
Oh, got it.
Five male deer and 5 female pigs. And it says cellus count allowed. So the reason that I've started using this is as a motivational thing, and it has to do with teaching, inspiring kids to count out loud while they play. That's a really, really big goal of mine. Still a big goal of mine. And there are certain things that you have to play nonstop, like dun 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 dun, without any mistake, and counting while you do it. And then I've also added da 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 da, and counting while you play. And if you get those two things and you can do it without a mistake, this goes in the F hole of your cello, and it makes the cello worth 10,000 bucks more than it was worth when you bought it. So this is proof that my story is not all bogus.
That's awesome.
Okay, all right. I just want to get a plug in for that for the cellist's planet, the sacred planet.
The sacred planet Yendor.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna play for us today?
I'm gonna play the Swan, and I've got Yendor over here. He's agreed to play with me. You know, the Swan. I tell the kids this. I don't know if it's true, but I say it like it's true. The Swan and the G major Prelude are the two most famous pieces that people that don't know anything about the cello, they're somehow familiar with these. You see both of those things in commercials, and I don't know why the Swan is so famous, but that G major Prelude, you know, it's out there all the time. And so I've sort of inspired by I've made an arrangement of a cello part, and Yendor is going to help me do this. Okay, this is Yendor. This is the real Yendor. You know that. You ready for this? Here we go. Apologies to Johann Sebastian Bach. Whatever you say. Sounds like Bach.